Welcome to the Friends of Art and Flowers training video. Formed in 1988 as a result of the successful Art and Flowers Festival in 1985, this group of talented individuals shares the goal of beautifying the DIA with flowers. As a volunteer, you will be assisting design leaders in creating floral arrangements for the Chrysler Promenade and Cafe DIA. We expect that you will find this work to be fun, educational, and rewarding as you witness the pleasure our work provides to thousands of visitors each day. A Friends of Art and Florals arranging team consists of a design leader and assistants. Design leaders have gone through a qualification and assessment process and are responsible for purchasing flowers and designing the arrangement. He or she will also guide you in becoming more knowledgeable about flowers and floral arranging. This video has been created to help you succeed as a design assistant. Let's get started. Tools. The Marilyn Goucher workroom located in the DIA basement is where all arrangements are prepared and houses the necessary tools and materials. Among these tools are cutting devices, which include ikebana scissors, pruners, and florist knives. You are free to work with the tools that are most comfortable for you. Regardless of your choice, make sure the device is sharp enough to cut cleanly without compressing or tearing the stems. Another item which you will work with are wood picks. These are used to strengthen and lengthen the stems of flowers and come in different lengths. You may also use water tubes as an additional water source for arrangements. The adhesive we use are U-glue dashes. These are sticky on both sides and useful for adhering flowers to any surface without the use of tape or wire. We use two types of tape, waterproof and floral. Waterproof tape is used for general purposes, such as taping oasis materials together, or for wrapping bouquets for extra support. Keep in mind that it should be hidden in your design. The second type of tape is floral tape. This is used to cover up wire or floral stems. It's not very sticky and instead binds to itself. The trick is to stretch and twist while applying. Our next floral tool is florist wire. Keep in mind, the smaller the gauge, the thicker the wire. Here are two samples. The 18-gauge wire is thicker to provide extra support, lengthen stems, or reduce weight, while 22-gauge is thin and mostly used for delicate work like corsages. Conditioning. The conditioning of flowers includes important steps to extend the health and longevity of the flowers. After selecting and purchasing the flowers from the wholesaler, the lead designer will bring the flowers to the DIA. Our special challenge is to create arrangements that remain looking lovely for 5 days in a dry museum environment. We start by giving special care to each stem. First, remove all bruised or unwanted petals and leaves. Next, remove all foliage that fall below the water level. If working with Asiatic lilies, remove stamens to prevent pollen stains. When working with roses, use a rose stripper to remove all thorns, leaving 2 to 3 sets of leaves per stem. The flowers will have been out of water and very thirsty. We will add floral food to tepid water to condition the flowers. This rehydrates and prolongs the life of each flower by providing carbohydrates and killing any bacteria that has built up in the bottom 3 inches of the stems. The formula for this is 1 gallon of water to 1 scoop of floral food. Prepare a clean bucket with 6 to 8 inches of water, and then add 1 scoop of flower food. A crushed, torn, or bent stem cannot take up water effectively. Our water source comes from the janitor's closet. Before turning on the water, make sure the hose is in the drain. Next, turn on the cold faucet, followed by the black lever above the red hose, turning in an upward position. The ideal water temperature for fresh-cut flowers is 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. There is less carbon dioxide in warmer water, so the flowers can drink faster. If you have underdeveloped blooms, or if your leader is conditioning the flowers the same day as designing, using very warm water will help speed up conditioning. Our next step is to cut each flower stem at a 45-degree angle using a sharp, clean cutting tool. Place each stem in the bucket of water with flower food immediately after cutting. A minimum of 1 hour is recommended for proper conditioning. Flowers need another fresh cut prior to placing in an arrangement. After the fresh cut, dip them in Quick Dip for 1 second and place in the arrangement. Vessel preparation. As the flowers are conditioning, you can now prepare the mechanics for the arrangement. Mechanics are the tools used to provide internal support for the flowers. Hidden once the arrangement is completed, they are the foundation that holds everything in place. The first and most commonly used mechanic is oasis foam. Proper preparation of oasis is key to a successful arrangement. We have 2 sizes available, but often the large designer block is preferred. When removing the floral foam from a box, use a knife to lift the oasis cleanly. Keep the boxes closed when not in use, as air, light, and humidity change the color and ability of oasis to absorb water. Fill a blue rectangular tub with warm water to within 10 inches of the rim. Then add the correct amount of flower food. Next, gently place the oasis on the top of the water, with the brand name facing up. It will sink as it absorbs the water. Do not force or push the oasis into the water or pour water on top of it, as you will end up with trapped dry spots. Typical soak time is 20 minutes. Oasis cannot be re-soaked, and if the flower hits that dry spot, it has no water source. Finally, cut your oasis to fit the vessel, leaving 1-inch space all around for water. Smooth out the edges of the oasis to increase your surface space for flowers, and take precautions not to let any green from the oasis in your design. Another means of support is chicken wire. When using chicken wire, cut a piece that is approximately twice as big as the space you need to fill. Compress it into a ball and push it down into the vessel. You can also add a ball of chicken wire for extra support. Secure the chicken wire by making an X across the top and around the circumference with waterproof tape. You and the design leader will now create the beautiful arrangement. After the design is complete, place any leftover flowers in a bucket inside the cooler. These may be used during the week to replenish the arrangement. It is important to keep the cooler clean so our flowers will remain fresh longer. Please discard any dead leaves from the floor and clean it with disinfectant wipes. Now it's time to transport the arrangement to the FAF pedestals in the museum. Working together, carefully move the flower arrangement on a cart. Make sure to bring a watering can to ensure proper moisture in the arrangement once in place. Paper towels are useful in case of any small spills. Tear down and cleanup. The team is also responsible for the tear down and cleanup of the prior week's arrangements. Begin by disassembling the arrangement, placing the flowers into garbage bags. Place only 1 soaked oasis into each trash bag as the bags can get heavy. Clean your workspace. Sweep the floor. Wipe the tools, carts, and tables with disinfectant wipes. Clean all buckets by spraying with floral cleaner. Let the bucket stand for 5 to 10 minutes and then wipe down with paper towels. Rinsing is not required. Let the buckets dry in the flower room without stacking so that bacteria doesn't grow. Gather all trash and place it next to the cooler for pickup by DIA maintenance. Finally, place all FAF items back into the workroom without blocking the aisles. For everyone's safety, keep our workroom organized, clean, and mold-free. The key to success in any business is teamwork. Leaders and assistants will need to work closely to create a cohesive environment. As this video has demonstrated, we all play a part in making the DIA beautiful for our visitors. Please feel free to review any portion or ask a leader for additional advice. Now, enjoy your role as floral assistant.